Halim Shebaya is a political analyst based in Beirut. He joins me now live. Halim, we just heard not too long ago from U.S. President Donald Trump and also Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. Trump says that he's committed to achieving a peace deal. In fact, he told Abbas earlier that he wants to do the ultimate deal. So can he revive talks between Israelis and Palestinians?
If he can revive talks between Israelis and Palestinians and reach the deal that he is talking about, which he describes as going to be an exceptional deal and a deal that would bring a lasting peace, then that would be great. But as we all know, with Donald Trump, and that's one of the problems when one is analyzing his policies and his statements, we're not exactly sure what his policy is in the Middle East, in Syria, in Palestine. So he speaks about the need for peace. He speaks about the need for achieving a deal. But one of the main issues, in my opinion, is that there's a lot of questions about whether he in fact understands the problem. So to reach a solution, one has to have a good understanding of the problem. And from his statements and from his earlier stances on many issues related to the Palestinian-Israeli process, it is hard to be confident that he really understands the issues. And I can give one example. In last December, when UN Security Council Resolution 2334, I believe, condemned the illegal settlements in Israel as being a violation of international law and as being an obstacle to peace and to a two-state solution. Trump's reaction was that he considered it unfair to Israel. At that point, I would remind the viewers that the United States did not veto that position. But when it's a position on an issue as simple as and as clear as the illegal settlements, and where he considers it to be unfair, it really raises questions about how much he understands the problem and how much he understands the, so to speak, the stubbornness and the illegal policies of the Israelis, with whom he has a very strong relationship, and he has declared that he wants to have an exceptional relationship, a stronger relationship than that of his predecessor Obama. So when he says that, you get questions about, so number one, does he really understand the problem? And two, can he really be an honest peace broker, as he claims to be?
We don't know a lot about his Middle East policy, but what might we be able to interpret from this visit here in terms of what his policy will be in the region, or if anything substantial will be achieved necessarily from this visit?
I mean, his policy in the region, based on his choice of the first country to visit being Saudi Arabia and then Israel, is a very clear message that he wants to be unlike Obama. He's the anti-Obama. So if Obama was seen to have remained at a distance from the Saudis-Iranian conflict, and where he even attempted and managed to get a nuclear deal, and also there were sometimes a bit of tensions, small tensions between him and Prime Minister Netanyahu. Here comes President Trump, and in a clear message that Saudi Arabia and Israel are his allies, and he is going to take a very strong position against Iran, something that will that pleases Saudi Arabia and also Israel. But his view is that what he is giving in return, so to speak, and what he will bring to the region is a renewed commitment to the peace process. And he speaks about a peace process with the Palestinians that will bring about peace to the region. But he also speaks about countering ISIS and stability in the region. So that's why we don't know what will come first. What will he do? How much will his stances against Iran go? There was talk at the beginning during the campaign and a bit later that they're going to rip apart the nuclear deal, but this didn't seem to have happened. So we're really still trying to see what specific policies he's going to take when it comes to beyond the statements about peace and the statements about unity and the statements about making deals and statements about countering terrorism. The more important questions about what will be done when it comes to particular armed conflicts. So, for example, in Syria, in Yemen, in Palestine, how will he deal with those specifically? And when we start getting a better idea about that, we can probably get a better idea about what his Middle East policy is and whether it's going to be successful or not.